It's the War of 1812. The Brits against the Yanks, round 2. Seems pretty straightforward, right? Nope. This complicated catastrophe involved everyone within earshot, and the chaos dragged on for years. KG and I are heading to areas along the Niagara River near Fort Erie, site of several battles during the war, to see if we can recover our first true War of 1812 artifacts.
The War of 1812, Canada, US, battling it out.
Hang out here with us for a while and see if we unearth true Canadian nectar for posterity, or if our hopes and dreams simply get swept over the falls.
Yeah! With KG and RINGY!
Yeah, nectar up north, eh? We managed to find our way back to Canada. The navigation controls were out of order as usual. It's time to meet up with our friend and fellow detectorist Steve Zazulik.
Hey Steve, thanks for having us up here to Canada. I mean,
Canada,
I'm
man.
excited about
Canada,
this.
Yeah.
What do you got in store for us?
Well, right now we're in an awesome area. We are in Fort Erie, Ontario, which is on the border of Buffalo, New York. So we're like, you can literally see the States right across the river from us. The great thing about it is this is where the War of 1812 was fought between the British and the Americans, and then on the British side were, you know, Canadians and Iroquois warriors.
Oh, wow.
And it was a really amazing battle.
KG, have we ever found anything from the War of 1812 before?
We have never found anything from the War of 1812. So anything you can find is going to be priceless.
Okay, and the other thing is, along the way, we could be passing some properties that are just like century homes, and you know, where they might have Victorian stuff in the ground, some old silver. And
Heck yeah, who
Yeah.
doesn't love 1800 stuff? I do. I dig that all day long. Let's get oot and a boot.
Sounds good.
Yeah, look at that. 2 coins in the same hole. A mini spill. Definitely not War of 1812. What the heck? I'm 2 cents richer, and you just got your 2 cents worth.
Check this out, this is pretty cool. I got an old-time dog tag. It says Buffalo, New York right on it. Awesome old dog tag in the park.
Look at that. I don't know if this is a shoe buckle, perhaps horse tack, but I'm thinking it might not be 1812 because it's got a little chrome on it. I don't think they did that till like the 1920s or something, but it's still a pretty cool find.
Look at this, it's an old-time cuff link. It would hold the old cuff together on the coat or garment. Could be military, I'm not 100% sure, but it kind of has a military-ish hue to it. That is cool.
Oh, look at this. Look at how it came out of the ground. And it's sticking straight up. Silver-plated old spoon.
Ha ha! Got myself a big fat coin. Yeah, I got myself a Canadian large cent, baby. You know what probably happened? Bobby Orr, he's like one of the most famous hockey players of all time here in Canada. His grandfather probably worked at the fish market selling fish for a month just to get this large cent so that he could go down to the store and buy himself a sack of marbles, because he wanted to be a marble flicking champion at one time. So he's on his way to the store, got distracted by probably some pretty girls over there playing, having a little tea party, tripped and fell, lost his Canadian large cent. He was so rattled that he ended up just running home crying. He left the large cent here for me to come along and pluck from the soil.
KG missed the nectar target by about 107 years, but it's still a way cool find. 1919 was the second to the last year for the Canadian large cent because they changed to small cents that matched the size of the U.S. Lincoln penny in 1920.
This is an incredible find.
Oh, listen to that. That's hammering. Hammering away right here. Going in for sure. Oh, look at that.
We've got some cool stuff, but we're really wanting something we could pin directly to the War of 1812. Detecting is just one of those things where it pays to have patience. Keep swinging the coil long enough, and eventually something good will happen.
Oh, listen to that. That's hammering. Hammering away right here. Going in for sure. Oh, look at that. Old buckle, and it's super ornate. This is not some kind of plain old horse tack. We're looking at something maybe like a shoe buckle or something off of something pretty fancy. You know, back in the old days, you know, guys had almost more fancy stuff on their clothes than girls. So this could have come off some guy's shoe, maybe a lady's dress, belt, who knows. I can't wait to show that to KG. He's gonna be extremely jealous when he sees this find. Awesome old buckle in the pock.
Oh, there we go. Ah, there we go. Hey, we're here in Canada. We're following the War of 1812. We're right by the Niagara River, and I just got myself a smoking hit. I'm thinking I could have something dropped by a soldier that came up here to fight. I see a little bit of roundness in the hole, baby. Oh, now this is a pretty cool find. This looks like an old-time religious medallion. I mean, look at that thing. So that's an awesome find.
Oh, there it is on the side of the hole. It's not a coin, it's a keyhole. This could have been on a lockbox full of gold. And Canada and the US, you know, they're in the middle of this struggle, and for all we know, it could have been a secret war for this box of gold. It could have contained Spanish gold from one of the sunken fleets. You never know. They haven't all been found, and maybe the US and Canada knew about it, got in an argument, and had a little skirmish right here, and it developed into the War of 1812. Maybe that's what they were really fighting for. If I find a box of Spanish gold on this plateau, I'm telling you, I'm calling the history people, and we're gonna have a serious talk about rewriting some textbooks. Definitely got some ornateness in the pock on this one.
There is a sweet sound right there. Yeah! Flipped it right out of the clump. Big giant coin, look at that. Ooh, I see a date on it. 1929 Canadian quarter. Look at that. Giant silver quarter. I love it. We're looking for War of 1812 nectar here in Canada. But you know what? I will take a silver coin any day. I love finding silver coins. Tim loves finding silver coins. He's gonna be a little bit hurt on this one. KG's on the board. Ringy.
I don't know what this is, but it's like kind of odd, like diamond shape. Could be a piece of like copper or brass roofing or sheeting. Or, oh, wait. Oh, no. You can see on the back here, there's like a clasp. This could be like some kind of cool 1812 hat pin or something off of those big stovepipe hats they used to wear. That was pre-camo. You know, the British dudes were wearing bright red. It was almost like saying, hey, I'm right here, shoot. Oh man, how awesome would that be if this was an 1812 hat pin? You know, it's probably more like a Victorian brooch or something. I gotta wipe this off and see, but I can see, oh, there's a face. There's a face on it. A face like a crazed clown. Or perhaps it's a beautiful woman. It's tough for me to tell in my deteriorating age. Oh, that is pretty darn cool. Not sure if it's 1812, but either way, super cool find for Ringy.
Oh, that sounds really good. Got a nice high pitch right here. Oh, I see some gold in the hole, baby. Ah, what is that? Look at that, there's some gold on there. Looks like it's kind of gold plated. I'm thinking this could be like, you know how people would get their stripes or something? This would clip onto their arm. Maybe he was some general or sergeant and he's running around here. Scuffle broke out. You know, we had a Canadian and a USA guy going at it, you know, punching and fighting and kicking and grinding and spitting and swearing. And I'm thinking this could have got ripped right off of his uniform. Probably right here, grabbed him, don't you talk to me that way, ripped it right off.
The War of 1812 was much more for the United States than just a second battle of independence from Great Britain. Leading up to the war, Great Britain was fighting as usual with France about something. Probably something to do with Napoleon putting too much mayonnaise on a hamburger or something like that. But during the conflict, both sides decided to block trade with the USA to prevent supplies from reaching their enemies across the channel. Also, British warships were capturing Americans off of merchant ships and forcing them to work for the British military, which kind of made the US mad. It got real in a hurry, and battles broke out all over the place involving the British-backed Native Americans as well as the people of the British-owned Great White North. Canada didn't become Canada until 1867, in case you were wondering. Like any war, it was a huge mess, with the U.S. suffering a bunch of defeats, including the capture and burning of the White House in 1814. The U.S. kept fighting, though, and won some huge battles, including the famous attack on New Orleans, and the war was officially ended with the treaty signed in Ghent.
Good.
I'm wandering across the yard trying to focus, and finally, my detector pings with a perfect signal. Can't wait to see what this one is. Sounds like juice to me.
That's just screaming about 8 inches down, and it's still just screaming. This could be something really good. Oh, the sound of beauty. The sound of beauty. Oh, what the heck is it? It's a massive coin. I love it. This is why I do this, man. This is it. I love coins, especially big coins. Probably a large cent of some kind. Man, is this worn? This baby was used. Could be 1812 for all I know. It looks like it's a British penny. Oh, 18, definitely 1800s. 1895, look at that. Victoria, the Queen, is on the other side. Big, huge, old penny. Look at the patina on that penny. Oh man, I know this isn't War of 1812, but how can you not love digging an old coin from the 1800s? It's just a joy in life. Look at that. This poor thing has been suffering underground for well over 100 years. Just laying there, waiting for me to come get it.
Oh, there we go. A pretty good hit right here. Ah, Ringy, come here. Yeah.
Oh.
Nectar from Canada, coming right up, baby. Look at this. Hey, we're here, you know, chasing the War of 1812 in the historical Canada area. Guess what? This is gonna hurt you.
Oh, I can just feel it already because you're too wound up.
Look at this.
All I see is nothing but dirt.
Right here, look, 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 look.
Oh.
KG scores a ring. Check this out, Ringy. Look at this old time ring. I'm thinking this could have been dropped by a Canadian soldier as he was, you know, the war was raging on in 1812. You know, he could have been out here, lost this ring. Maybe he was gonna buy this ring, go to war, and when he got done, he was gonna go back to town and marry the woman of his dreams.
It's gotta be a wedding ring because it's just a plain old band, you know? This is history right here, KG, and you saved it. Great job finding this. You know, it hurts me a little, but if somebody's gotta find a ring besides me, I'd rather have it be you. Good job saving some history, buddy. Good work.
Get out of here. Canadian wedding ring in the pot.
That sounds like multiple things. It sounds like there could be like several old coins or something, or... Yeah, that's it. I see roundness right here on the edge. Oh, 1812 coming right up. Old-time musket ball. All along here, there could have been campsites. I think we're on to something here. Let's see here. I mean, this signal was crazy. Oh, there's definitely something else in here. What in the heck?
KG and I are hunting on some private lands near Fort Erie, searching for artifacts from the War of 1812. We're doing pretty good, but we're both still hungry for that ultra awesome super find. Fort Erie was the scene of several battles during the war, including a siege in 1814 that cost the British as well as the US some pretty heavy casualties. With the Americans storming across the Niagara River from Buffalo, New York, this whole area has to be packed with War of 1812 cannonballs and other artifacts.
What in the heck? Oh, look at this. War of 1812. We're probably sitting on a campsite, and I've got proof right here. This is camp lead, just stuff that they traveled with. Look at that, it's been sliced off here to melt down into these. Chop off what you need, put it in a mold, and make yourself some more musket balls to fire off at the enemy. This is just raw material to make this. The ringmaster is on fire. 1812 in the pot.
Ah, yeah! Check this baby out. War of 1812 musket ball, perfectly round, so it was probably a drop. That is a cool find. Put that one in the park and keep hunting.
Musket ball here. I was up on a ridge just a little bit ago, pulled up this musket ball, and now I've got another one that's even bigger.
Ah, check this out. This thing is actually called a bucking ball. It's a little tiny piece of lead, so when they shot, it was like a giant shotgun. War of 1812 shotgun coming at you.
War of 1812 musket balls are everywhere under our feet. These shots had to be fired as the US troops were scrambling up the banks of the river, trying to take control of the fort.
Sounds hideous, but I'm definitely digging it. Oh, I can see the edge of it. Could be part of a sword. First I thought I had like some sort of a knife or something, but it's definitely not, because look at the end of this. It's almost like a little finial shaped thing, and it's severed right here. And I know for a fact there was a huge explosion on one of these battles where the fort got blown up. This is probably the hinge right off the door of the fort. 1812 Nectar in the pock. Oh, yeah, definitely something there. Kind of a low tone. Oh, what the heck? Oh, I thought I saw something shiny. Oh, KG, come here, look at this.
What you got, buddy? What do you got?
Tell me who I am.
You got a ring?
I think I might have a ring.
No way.
It's broken though. Oh, that's a ring for sure.
Oh, man, that is for sure a ring. No doubt that that's a ring.
Yeah.
Major battle of 1812 was fought right here where we're standing all around us. You know what? This could have literally been on a soldier's hand. This could be from a British soldier or, you know, maybe even a US soldier. I mean,
or Canadian. Could be Canadian.
This could be one of the coolest finds of your life.
It could be. I mean, this is my best 1812 find ever. Another ring for the ringmaster.
I found a few rings over the years, gold, silver, diamonds, but this old beauty really could be the greatest of them all. Just the fact that a soldier or civilian involved in the conflict 200 years ago could have worn this. KG and I both found some great stuff this week, including some genuine War of 1812 items. With this amazing variety of discoveries, we're itching to know who has the best find, so we're going to have Steve make a decision for us.
Thanks for having us up all week. We had a great time hunting for War of 1812 nectar, and I think we did a pretty good job.
Man, did you ever. This coin right here, I really, really like. Very, very nice. It's in pretty good condition considering too, right? So, and then we go down to all the musket balls. When you see all these musket balls, you know for a fact that you guys were in War of 1812 area, right where all the stuff was happening. But I have to tell you, when I really look at everything, the ring has got to be my favorite find.
Yeah! Ringy wins with the ring. KG, since you failed during the War of 1812, all you have to do is go enjoy some time with some beautiful women and take a yoga class.
You did win, and that's an incredible find, so, you know, I'll man up and take my punishment. And Steve, thank you.
You're welcome.
Pleasure, always.
I think the yoga class starts pretty soon.
You
Should I get suited up?
Yeah,
I think
you better
so.
get suited up. This is George. I was telling you about him.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Hey, KG. We saved you a spot in the front row, so good luck, buddy.
All right.
Well, another incredible week of treasure hunting comes to a close. Even though we did pretty good, KG is still nothing but a big old loser. Maybe all that yoga will get him in good enough shape so he can actually compete with the mighty ringmaster at the next site. Join us again next time for more history and amazing adventures on Diggin' with KG and Ringy.